Right now on Apple Valley News Now at 5, the Yakima Town Hall Speaker Series kicked off today, featuring former Congressman and Seattle Seahawks wide receiver Steve Largent. The unique opportunity some local students got coming up. And the feds did lower interest rates today. Find out how much and how that could affect you coming up. And coming up, WSU Tri-Cities is unveiling its new Institute for Northwest Energy Futures, how you can check out the new facility.
And we've had a gorgeous day today. Look at that sunshine, clear but windy. When are those winds going to die down? I'll tell you coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald. Franklin County Fire District 3 was at the scene of a shed fire this morning. Officials say the homeowners heard a loud bang and then went out to check it out. Then their shed was in flames. Fire crews worked to put out the blaze and had it under control within an hour of arriving. Thankfully, the house was not damaged. The cause is still under investigation. Let's get right into our weather forecast for today. Stacy, I hear it was a little bit windy out there. Tell me about that.
That's right, Riley. It's been very windy all day, especially if you're in the Kittitas Valley. Sustained winds right now, though, 10. So we're starting to see a little bit of a break. Still windy in the Columbia River Gorge, and we've really lightened up here in the Columbia Basin. Gusting still at 24 miles an hour in Ellensburg. We had gusts up to 40 miles an hour earlier today. The Gorge also very windy, but things are starting to look better. 81 degrees, Legends Casino Sky Cam, and our sunset tonight at 7:01. Beautiful afternoon. Temperatures elsewhere around the area, 70s and 80s here in the Columbia Basin. Hermiston, Hanford, Tri-Cities, everybody else sitting in the 70s. Tonight, those temperatures will be on the cool side, down to the 40s and 50s once again. So just to recap everything, mild night. We've got those cool temperatures. Breezy winds continuing tomorrow, especially in the Kittitas Valley and down the Columbia River Gorge. Warmer temps tomorrow as well. A couple of degrees, not a ton. And get ready for a really nice weekend ahead as we head into fall. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. New tonight in Walla Walla, Washington Department of Corrections officials closed down the death chamber earlier this morning. For decades, inmates sentenced to death could either die by hanging or lethal injection. The state says a total of 78 inmates have been executed there since 1904. But the last person that was Cal Coburn Brown back in 2010. 10 years ago, Governor Inslee instituted a moratorium on the death penalty. No word on what the room in Walla Walla will be turned into moving forward. The city of Yakima is asking for input from the community about the 6th Avenue rebuild and rail renovation project, which Yakima Valley trolleys say is crucial to the future of the local trolley system. They're working on improving the 6th Avenue roadway between Walnut Street and River Road. The city says it may or may not completely renovate the trolley rack along the corridor based on public feedback. Yakima Valley Trolleys says if the city doesn't renovate it, they'll lose their most popular route, the 6th Avenue line to Sela, and will lose their designation as the last intact interurban electric railway left in North America.
There are potentially options that would not include a trolley track, but that is not an option that at this point is being recommended, much less considered.
The city is inviting residents to an open house on Thursday, September 19th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at Garfield Elementary School. The 52nd season of Yakima Town Hall kicked off this morning at the Capitol Theater with a special speaker, former Seattle Seahawks wide receiver Steve Largent. Largent, a record-setting Seattle Seahawks pass receiver for 14 years before serving 4 terms in Congress, now sharing his message with the Yakima community, including 281 local students. 3 of them aspiring journalists and students at Eisenhower High School who had a unique opportunity to interview Largent before the event.
What's just one piece of advice that you have for youth today?
Not trying to be somebody else or be somebody that you're not is a really important lesson for young people.
We'll have a schedule of upcoming Yakima Town Hall speakers on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. The South Columbia Creative District is hosting its 4th annual Creative Art Festival. The festival will be this Saturday, September 21st in downtown Kennewick from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Kennewick Avenue from Dayton Street to Washington Street will be closed to car traffic that day. The festival includes local creatives selling crafts, handmade items, and food. There will be live art demonstrations along with live music.
It is an awesome opportunity to connect with the community. You will meet people that you never expected to meet. You will get to talk about your work. It is really a fulfilling time to, and you know, the money, it's selling stuff's kind of cool, but being able to talk to the community and engage them on art on a really personal level is just unbelievable.
The festival includes 20 woodworkers, around 20 artists, and 6 musical acts. Washington State University Tri-Cities Institute for Northwest Energy Futures, or INEF, is hosting its open house and ribbon cutting in just a few weeks. On October 2nd from 4:30 to 6 p.m., learn how WSU Tri-Cities is working to meet the clean energy demands of the future. The INEF is positioned to tackle the complex transition to clean energy by coordinating and connecting WSU energy efforts and partners to innovate solutions. In the 17,000 square foot facility, there are office spaces, laboratories, a high bay area, and more to house the different entities who will be utilizing this space.
We have almost 30 entities across WSU working on some aspect of energy, and many of them will be there and have information and people you can talk to learn about many of the different topics and many of the different activities on across the WSU system.
And those entities include transportation, nuclear, electric grid, sustainable aviation fuels, and more areas working on clean energy solutions. At the Institute, there's also leasable laboratory space along with community classrooms the Institute plans to expand later on. The Institute for Northwest Energy Futures can be found at 2892 Pauling Avenue in Richland. And again, that open house and ribbon cutting is on Wednesday, October 2nd from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Negotiations continue in Washington state as Boeing workers demand better pay. Tuesday marked day 5 of the machinist strike. Natalie Swaby spoke to the Boeing workers on the picket lines.
We're just over here, we're just trying to get our money, you know what I mean? You know, we've been out here, we've been struggling.
On day 5 of the machinist strike, workers in Renton remain determined.
Until we see something fair that we want to take home, then, you know, we're gonna hold on.
The negotiating committee they're meeting with the federal mediator and with the employer. Just the beginning steps of mediation.
In a statement, the Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service says it's committed to supporting a fair and equitable outcome for all parties involved. Today, the union's international president traveled to Everett to support workers on the picket line.
You have to remember, it's been a decade that these workers, they've sacrificed their wages, they've sacrificed their pension, they've sacrificed on their health insurance. Enough is enough. They need to be respected for the work that they do for the Boeing company.
Workers want a 40% pay increase and rejected a tentative contract with a 25% increase over 4 years.
Clearly, Boeing needs to bring their offer up to be something that's going to be acceptable to their workers.
Boeing sent a message Monday to employees saying the company must act now to preserve cash. The chief financial officer is calling for a hiring freeze across Boeing, a pause to pay increases for promotions, and plans to reduce supplier purchase orders as the strike stretches on.
Our mechanics, we take our job serious. We are passionate about our jobs. We love what we do. We're out here just taking care of each other, and that's what we're gonna do until we get what we want.
Union members are not being paid by Boeing during the strike, and their health benefits run out at the end of the month if they are still on the picket line. But striking workers say they're willing to continue their fight. It's a big day for the U.S. economy. The Federal Reserve voted to reduce interest rates for the first time in about 4 years. They lowered the rate by 0.5 point. The worry is the Fed's efforts to lower inflation could go too far and result in a recession. A strong economy correlates to a higher standard of living, so today's Fed meeting was good news for Americans. A more direct impact is that rate cuts make it less expensive to repay certain loans. The half-point move is the first interest rate cut since March of 2020. It marks a crucial milestone in the central bank's historic inflation fight, which kept rates at a bruising 23-year high for more than a year. Only one Federal Reserve official voted against the half-point cut. The chair of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, had these comments on the move.
The labor market is actually in solid condition, and our intention with our policy move today is to keep it there. You can say that about the whole economy. The U.S. economy is in good shape. It's growing at a solid pace. Inflation is coming down. The labor market is in a strong pace. We want to keep it there. That's what we're doing.
Despite this, you might want to rethink signing up for a retailer's store card. A new study from Bankrate found the interest rates reached a record high since 2008. Bankrate surveyed 108 cards from leading retailers in September. At the time, the average rate was 30%, and that's up from 24% in 2021. It's also well above the current average for credit cards overall, which is about 21%. According to the study, the highest APR found was for cards offered at the Academy Sports and Outdoors, Petco, Burlington, Piercing Pagoda, Good Sam, Big Lots, and Michaels. The lowest rate on a retail card was 10% on the Amazon secured card. Today, FBI Director Christopher Wray says his agents are working tirelessly to investigate the second apparent assassination attempt of former President Trump. The FBI is now also investigating a series of threatening letters sent to election offices in at least 16 states. ABC's Perry Russum has the story.
Today, FBI Director Christopher Wray calls the second apparent assassination attempt on former President Trump an apparent attack on our democracy and democratic process.
I want the American people to know that the men and women of the FBI are working tirelessly to get to the bottom of what happened.
Trump back on the campaign trail last night.
You know, only consequential presidents get shot at.
Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders hosting Trump's Michigan town hall and taking an apparent swipe at Vice President Kamala Harris for not having biological children.
So my kids keep me humble. Unfortunately, Kamala Harris doesn't have anything keeping her humble.
The Trump campaign still blaming Democrats' political rhetoric for the latest apparent assassination attempt, as some have called Trump a threat to democracy. Harris and President Biden say there is no place for political violence. Harris speaking at the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Leadership Conference today.
We are confronting two different, very different visions for our nation. One focused on the past, the other, ours, focused on the future.
The FBI is now also investigating a series of threatening letters sent to election offices in at least 16 states, the letters containing white powder.
Election offices in Kansas and Wyoming evacuated. Sources tell ABC News the powder was found to be harmless. Coming up on Apple Valley News Now at 5, the brand America's Best Restaurants was spotted in our region. Which shops they stopped by? Coming up. And Stacy will have your full weather forecast coming up right after that.
It only happens once a year. Steve Hunt Kia's summer clearance sale. So don't get stuck in the slush. Bring any trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Can take advantage of Steve Hunt all-wheel drive sale. All with 0 down, 0 payments for 90 days. Steve Hunt Kia.com.
I'm a real wild one. Life is wild. There's work to be done. Adventure around every corner. And a truck that handles it all. The new 2024 Ford F-150 Wild Edition. It's rugged, loaded with tech, and built to go wild. Get a wild deal on an F-150 today. Lease a 2024 F-150 SDX 4x4 for just $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
If you're hurt at work, your life can go into a downward spiral.
You're injured. You can't work. Your bills are piling up.
But winning workers' comp benefits isn't easy.
You're the underdog.
We'll fight labor and industries to get you the workers' compensation benefits you deserve.
If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
Stan's gonna ride the Nebula drop tower.
Finally! I'm ready to ascend to the clouds, to go where no dino has gone before. Goodbye, Earth.
Hi, Alice!
Whoa! He doesn't know it comes back down?
Apparently not. I'll let you know when I hit orbit. Drop tower, I get it.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
You thought it would bust through the ceiling?
You came through a portal from another dimension. Weird stuff happens.
All right, T, time to go. It's hard to believe how quickly time flies. Our lives definitely get a lot busier this time of year. Soccer practice, club sports, school events, it's a lot to juggle. Having an SUV that we can easily pack everything into and still have plenty of room is amazing. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
It only happens once a year. Steve Hahn Kia Summer Clearance Sale. So don't get stuck in the slush. Bring any trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Can take advantage of Steve Hahn All-Wheel Drive Sale. All with 0 down, 0 payments for 90 days. Steve Hahn's Kia.com.
A portion of the news is sponsored by Kubota.
Hey, check this out. America's Best Restaurants swung by the Mid-Columbia region to feature local businesses this week. America's Best Restaurants highlights local, independently owned restaurants to show off the food and talk with the owners. 2 local businesses, The Bonfire in Walla Walla and Stick and Stone in Richland, are getting this exciting experience. Luis Rivera, the host with America's Best Restaurants, says the food is a bonus, but it's really about the people behind the uniform.
The biggest thing is the people, right? Because at the end of the day, nobody does business with a business. People do business with the people they know, like, and trust, okay? And when people come in and they get to meet those owners, they get to have those stories, right? Those table touches. The food tastes different.
We also talked with the owners of The Bonfire and Stick and Stone. All the details about what they hope to get out of this experience and how they got selected is coming up tomorrow on Apple Valley News Now. Singer Miley Cyrus is being sued for allegedly copying Bruno Mars on her 2023 hit song Flowers. According to a lawsuit filed in Los Angeles on Monday, Cyrus and 2 co-songwriters are accused of copying portion of Mars's song When I Was Your Man. The music group claims Cyrus's Grammy-winning song included unauthorized exploitation of several elements of Mars's 2013 single. The lawsuit is seeking damages in an amount to be determined in court, or the maximum of $150,000 per infringement. So far, representatives for Miley Cyrus have not commented. And continuing in the first episode of The Golden Bachelorette airs tonight on ABC. 24 men are vying for the final rose from Joan Vassos. The inaugural Golden Bachelorette is flying off the success of The Golden Bachelor, which premiered last year and featured a Benton City woman. Joan is a 61-year-old grandmother and school administrator from Rockville, Maryland. She left the Golden Bachelor series in its 3rd week to support her daughter, who had just given birth. The show airs at 8 tonight here on ABC, and then the 2-hour episode will also stream on Hulu tomorrow.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we'll start with a live look outside. A beautiful afternoon, although breezy, and we'll continue to see breezy winds in the Yakima Valley. Bimart Skycam, 79 degrees, winds sustained at 7 miles an hour. Our feels like temp 79. Gorgeous evening in Yakima. Here's that temperature trend. Remember, we were below average. Most of that low pressure now moving down south, where they're going to see temperatures anywhere from 20 to 25 degrees below normal. But don't kid, Las Vegas still seeing high temperatures in the 80s. So still very, very warm, but cooler than what they've been having to deal with down south. A crazy weather pattern. We've got the jet stream dipping way down past San Francisco and then way around the area. That is allowing some storms to develop over Montana. And then as we get into Thursday, that system really moves down through San Francisco, bringing more moisture there, keeping us nice and clear, and we have the jet stream right on top of us. Now that's going to start bringing in a few degrees cooler heading into the weekend, but get ready for a few degrees warmer for tomorrow. We've been tracking breezy and gusty winds all day. It's still windy down the Columbia River Gorge, Toppenish area, and as we go through the evening, we'll see those winds picking up in Yakima, calming down finally in Ellensburg, and still seeing some breezy winds through the Tri-Cities. Tomorrow morning, light breezy winds, Yakima on the windy side as the day progresses. progresses, those winds will pick up once again through those mountain gaps and down the Columbia River Gorge, a little bit lighter into the Columbia Basin, and on Thursday, slightly breezy winds. So really, that's all we're dealing with over the next couple of days. Lots of sunshine, breezy winds, and these cool overnight lows. Grab a coat tonight. 40s and 50s through the region into the Columbia Basin. We'll see 40s and 50s, 53 Tri-Cities and Hermiston, 49 in Prosser. And taking a look at the foothills of the Blues, the lower 50s there. 47, so a little chilly in Pendleton overnight tonight. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, seasonal and breezy winds, especially through those mountain gaps, Kittitas Valley, again Yakima Valley, and down the Columbia River Gorge. But temperatures very pleasant, right around what they were today, or maybe a slightly warmer as we go through the day. If you're planning a weekend getaway, it's going to be pleasant through the Pacific Northwest. Some gusty winds in the Columbia River Gorge. If you're pulling a trailer or boat, cool temps for the mountains, and showers could develop on Sunday. We'll take a look at what things are looking like on the west side. There's those showers developing, 50% chance in the Seattle area. If you're traveling into the Portland area, mostly sunny, little overcast on the coast. Temperatures there in the 60s. Portland, though, in the 70s. And if you're heading up to Spokane, it's going to be a beautiful weekend with mostly sunny skies. Again, those clouds starting to develop on Sunday. Here's a look at our 7-day planning forecast. Look for those breezy and gusty winds in the Kittitas Valley. First day of fall on Sunday, and look at those temperatures. Just lovely outside as we go through those next few days. Tri-Cities looking good. Again, fall beginning Sunday, 78 degrees. And taking a look at Ellensburg, that's where we'll see those gusty winds right on through Monday. Here's Walla Walla. Going to be a nice weekend there with pleasant fall-like temperatures in the low to mid 70s, and in Hermiston also a nice weekend there with temperatures right just under 80 degrees with a little bit of a warm up on Tuesday. So Riley, looking forward to fall weather. We're wearing our fall colors tonight.
I was going to say the same thing.
So there you go.
All right, well, coming up on Apple Valley News now at 5, we're introducing you to this week's Operation Best Friend. Zoe is on the way.
Josh Cobra, First Alert Weather on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Looking for a new appliance but don't want to wait weeks for delivery? At Fred's Appliance, our Get It Today inventory makes sure you don't have to. Thanks to our fully stocked warehouses, we have a vast selection of appliances ready for you right now. From refrigerators to washing machines, ovens to dryers, you name it, we have it ready to go. No more waiting, no more delays. Just the appliance you need when you need it. Fred's Appliance. If we advertise it, we've got it. Visit any of our showrooms and get your new appliance today.
Fun and excitement are waiting for you at Wild Horse Resort and Casino in Pendleton. Try your hand at Vegas-style slots and table games, indulge in fine dining, enjoy restaurant amenities, or swing away on 2 championship golf courses. Find out what's happening with upcoming promotions, book hotel rooms, buy event tickets, and more on the new mobile app. App users get more chances to win through exciting pop-up promotions and exclusive app-only games. Download, play, and win today. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
Goodwill provides opportunities for those that might have barriers to employment.
Those barriers could be disabilities all the way up to recently incarcerated, and our job is to find a way to give these folks the skills to find gainful employment in the community.
We provide such a wide variety of training. Our ECC organizations can get somebody a job.
The relationships that are built through those programs gives these organizations a long-time employee if they so wish.
Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
If you'd rather be here or here instead of here, then you gotta start here with Honda, the most trusted brand on the road according to KBB.com. Honda's also the best deal on the road 10 years in a row. And that includes the award-winning Honda Passport and Honda Pilot, both winners of Car and Driver's Editor's Choice Award. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get the Honda Pilot with 2.9% APR financing. For details, see your Southeastern Washington Honda dealer.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
It's now time for Operation Best Friend. We're introducing you to Zoe from the Pitbull Pen. She has a big heart and she's ready to meet her forever family. She's a bully type breed who loves children and adults, and she is so adorable. She's ready to meet and greet the world and is ready for a foster or adoption. Again, she's with the Pitbull Pen. We'll have more information about Zoe in the 6 o'clock newscast tonight.
And everybody was blubbering about Zoe in the studio. So yes, stick around at 6 o'clock and get more details on her.
Awesome. So we've got a final look at your forecast up next. But first, here's what's coming up tonight on World News Tonight with David Muir.
Coming up tonight, breaking news, the deadly explosions. One day after pagers detonated, today our team at a funeral when walkie-talkies began exploding with deadly force. And the Delta flight, the emergency landing, reports passengers bleeding from their ears. We're next.
Every locally broadcast game, the Seattle Kraken, all season long on Apple Valley News Now.
In the ICU, I see patients suffering from asthma and lung disease. So the fact that Initiative 2117 would mean more toxic air pollution in Washington is unacceptable for my patients and their health. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of built Ford tough.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0% APR for up to 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Hit by a big truck? It could be from bad air hoses in the brake system. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, and at my law firm, we have a special team that knows how trucks work and what goes wrong. We know how to prove it was the truck's fault. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the experience and knowledge it takes to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck? Our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of built Ford tough.
When your child has asthma, every day you worry about the next attack. So the fact that Initiative 2117 would mean more toxic air pollution makes it out of the question for me. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
Apple Valley News Now is home to top shows from ABC like Grey's Anatomy, 911, and Abbott Elementary. And we're home to the #1 news on television, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, plus award-winning local news, including the First Alert Weather Team. And we lead the way in sports with NFL Monday Night Football, college football, including the SEC, and just added the Seattle Kraken. We're Apple Valley News Now, proudly serving South Central Washington and Northern Oregon on your side.
If I saw another 61-year-old woman looking for love, I'd be like, you deserve it. I deserve it too. I believe that I'll find somebody that will create just another epic part of my life.
I believe in love at first sight.
I just wanted to hold her hand the whole time we were talking.
I feel really excited for this journey to begin. Please, please, please.
Okay, Stacey, best part of the night. Let's see that weather photo.
The viewer weather photo of the day. There we go. This one, I don't know if you saw the super moon, the harvest moon. He said, looks like a pumpkin moon. Well, it's the harvest moon, Tom. So thanks for sending that in. Remember, QR code right side of your screen. That's how you get your weather photo on the air, or AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Let's take a sneak peek at your day tomorrow. A little cool in the morning, peel the layers off by lunchtime, and feeling nice and warm, maybe shorts weather by dinner time tomorrow night. Sneak peek at your 7-day planning forecast. Looking pretty good out there with temps in the 70s and 80s going forward as we start heading towards the first day of fall Sunday. So first week of fall so far, looking great. It's my favorite time of the year, Riley. I love it.
It's beautiful outside. I'm kind of wearing a jacket now.
Yeah, you need one in the morning.
Oh yeah. Thanks for watching our news at 5. You can always find the latest at applevalleyNewsNow.com. We will be back tonight at 6 o'clock.
Have a good evening.